Was good, y'all? Red Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I just want to say thank you, God, for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I'm going to be showing y'all how to create the first ever Catfish Rim Protector build on NBA 2K23 with Slashing Takeover. Now look, with this build, I'm telling y'all, we're going to be able to get 70 plus badges. We're getting all of the elite big man contact dunks, and we have the potential of getting a 100 plus standing dunk, 3-point shot, interior defense, block, and defensive rebound. So if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and don't forget to go ahead and smash that like button. Now, I would appreciate it if everybody who's watching went ahead and commented down TG for thank God, and I most definitely got y'all with the response. But from here, let's go ahead and get into the making of this build. So we're going to make it out of the center position. Now, I'm telling y'all, when it comes down to the main thing that you want to focus on this build, going to be the finishing as well as the defense with a little bit of shooting. So with the height on this build, I'm going to go with 7'1". When it comes down to the weight, I'm going to go with 249. Then when it comes down to the wingspan, go with 7'10", and this is going to set us up perfectly. Now for the body shape, I'm going to go with built just so that way I can take up the most space. Now the first area that I'm going to go ahead and get after will be the physicals. So for the speed, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up to a 50. Now again, these numbers are going to be adjustable throughout the entire build. But if you want to make it exactly how I'm bringing it to y'all with that slashing takeover, you're definitely going to want to be sure that you follow along. Now with the acceleration, I'm going to leave it at a 35. For my strength, I'm going to bring this up to a 91, and this is going to allow us to get some badges as well. Now right there, as you can see, we did unlock Gold Brick Wall as well as Hall of Fame Box Out Beast. Now for the vertical, you want to go with the 75 because down the road, we're going to be able to get the Pro Contact Dunks as well. Now for my stamina, I'm going to go with an 89, and this is going to be set up perfectly for the physicals. Now from here, I'm going to get into the breakdown of the finishing first. So for my close shot, I'm going to bring this up to an 85. Now these numbers are adjustable. I'm doing everything for badge purposes. When it comes down to my driving layup, I'm going to go with an 80. Now for the driving dunk, like I said, we're going to get the Pro Contact Dunk, so go with an 84. Now for the standing dunk, go with the 90, and this is going to allow us to get the elite big man contact dunks. Now for the post control, I'm going to leave this at a 55, and that right there, we get a total of 21 badges. Now as you can see for tier 1, we get silver limitless takeoff, also Hall of Fame Pro Touch. Another badge that I like is gold fearless finisher, and then silver slithery. Now for tier 2, we also get aerial wizard, back down punisher, and then bronze posterizer. Then when it comes down to tier 3, we get gold bully, fast twitch, rise up, and masher. Now overall for the finishing, I think we have everything that we need. When it comes down to the shooting, this is going to be a solid area as well. So when it comes down to the mid-range shot, I'm going to go with a 73. For my 3-point shot, I'm going to go with an 80. Then when it comes down to my free throw, I'm going to go with the 69, and right there we get 17 total badges. Now as you can see for tier 1, we get Agent 3 on bronze. Now we also get amped on silver. Then from there we get gold midi magician, and then gold space creator. Now for Hall of Fame, I like the fact that we get volume shooter and slippery off ball. Then for tier 2, we get silver blinders, green machine, and guard up. And then for tier 3, we're also able to get gold limitless range. Now for the playmaking, the only area that I'm focusing on for this build is going to be the pass accuracy. That's going to be brought up to a 70. Now in order to be able to maintain the sharpshooting and the slashing takeover, you have to go with the ball handle of a 46, and then when it comes down to the speed with ball, this is going to be a 51, and right there we get 8 badges. But I'm telling you, this is going to be essential to be able to still maintain that slashing takeover. So I've already made this build to where I drop it below a 46 ball handle and a 51 speed with ball. That right there alone takes away the slashing takeover, and it really takes away from being a catfish build. Leave it like this with the numbers, and then from here we're going to get into the defensive end. Now for the badges, yes, we still do get bronze clamp breaker, also get special delivery. For tier 2, the badges that I'm looking at are bailout as well as break starter. Now from there, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the defensive end. I'm going to go with an interior defense of an 80. Now if you want to go higher than this, you definitely can do so. When it comes down to the perimeter, I'm going to leave this at a 36. For the steal, go with the 32. Then when it comes down to the block, I'm going to bring this all the way up to a 93. Now when it comes down to my defensive rebound, I'm going to go with the 93 right here as well, and that's going to set us up perfectly to make this build a 99. Now as you can see for tier 1, we get Bronze Challenger, Glove, as well as Interceptor. Then for tier 2, I'm happy that we get Hall of Fame Box Out Beast with Chase Down Artist. Then for tier 3, I like the fact that we all get gold badges, Anchor, Pogo Stick, Rebound Chaser, and Brick Wall. Now we get a total of 70 plus badges once you become a starter in my career on this build, but if you want to get more out of the speed or any other area on this build, you definitely can do so, but remember, we're 7-1, so the physicals are still looking solid for this area. Then when it comes down to the defensive end, remember, with your takeovers being added as well as buying your own boost, you have the potential of being able to get a 99 plus standing dunk, 3-point shot. Same thing when it comes down to the interior defense, the block, and the defensive rebound. Now this build really reminds me of Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis. Now for the takeovers, we get the slashing, also able to get the sharpshooting. Then from there we get the rim protecting, and finally we get the glass cleaning. So honestly, if you want to be the best possible catfish build, the first takeover that I would go with is going to be finishing moves. The second one, just to be even more better on the offensive end, I would go with limitless range, but again, you can pick one of the defensive takeovers. Now, if you were to pick one of the defensive ones, I would go with Paint Intimidation or See the Future Takeover. Either or both of these are going to be solid ones to pick from. But now let's go ahead and check out the build name. And I'm telling y'all, this has been my favorite catfish that I've seen so far this year. And as you can see, we get some pretty nice comparisons, and right here we have created the first ever catfish rim protector build with slashing takeover. Now if you made it this far into the video, be sure to go ahead and let me know in the comments, what do y'all think about this build, and are there any changes that you would make? But if you did make it this far, also I would appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button. That is definitely going to help me out. Now with that slashing takeover, for the finishing, pretty much all of these stats do have the potential to get to a 99. Now when it comes down to the 3-pointer, that's the same exact thing applied if you did pick the sharpshooting takeover. Then for the interior defense, block, and defensive rebound, the same thing can be applied here if you did decide to go with the rim protecting. Now if you did go with the glass cleaning, apply it to the defensive rebound. Now I think this is definitely one of the best catfish builds that we've seen throughout the year. From here, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the badge counts. Now to start out with the finishing, the first badge that I'm going to go with is going to be Gold Fearless Finisher. Another one that I like is going to be Silver Limitless Takeoff. Now from here, I'm also going to go ahead and put on Hall of Fame Pro Touch. Now, I think Slithery on Silver is going to be essential for any build that can get it. Another badge that I like out of Tier 2, going to be Bronze Posterizer, and that right there is going to allow us to get Tier 3 unlocked as well. So look, for Tier 3, the first badge that I'm going to go with is going to be Gold Bully. Then from there, I'm also going to go ahead and put on Core Gold Rise Up. Now, if you want to change the setup of the lineup for the finishing, you definitely can do so, but I think this is the best that you can get out of it. Now, when it comes down to the shooting, this is all based on preference. The first badge that I'm going to go with is going to be Agent 3 on Bronze. Now, from there, I'm also going to go with Silver Amped. We have 14 more remaining badges. I'm going to go with Bronze Slippery Off Ball, Hall of Fame Volume Shooter. Now, for Tier 2, I'm going to go with Silver Green Machine, and that right there unlocks Tier 3. Now for Tier 3, the badge that I'm going to go with is going to be Bronze Limitless Range. Now as my core badge, I'm going to go with Gold Corner Specialist. Now if you want to change the setup, you definitely can do so. But for the shooting, I think we have everything and more that we need. Now from there, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. We have 8 badges to work with, so first out of Tier 1, I'm going to go with Bronze Clamp Breaker. Now if you want to, you can go straight to Tier 2 or use up your badges on Tier 1. I'm going to go with Bailout on Bronze as well as Silver Break Starter. Now when it comes down to the core badge, I'm going to go with Vice Grip, and this sets up the build perfectly. But if you wanted to, you can even change it up to where you put Special Delivery on Gold as your core badge. Now for the defensive end, this is another strong area that we need to focus on. So when it comes down to Tier 1, I'm going to go with Challenger, Glove, as well as Interceptor. Now, if you want to leave these badges on or take them off, you definitely can do that. For Tier 2, I'm going to go with Gold Box Out Beast, Hall of Fame Chase Down Artist, and that right there unlocks Tier 3. Then for my badges out of Tier 3, Gold Anchor, and then I'm going to go ahead and put on Gold Core Rebound Chaser. Now, this is pretty much what the build is going to be looking like, but there are different badge setups that you can go with. For example, you can even go ahead and put on Hall of Fame Box Out Beast, The only thing here is that you need to go ahead and take off one of your tier 1 badges, put on a different bronze one, and that's going to set us up perfectly to create this build. Now, if you did mess with the making of this archetype, I would appreciate it if everybody let me know in the comments. But as you can see right here, we get 21 finishing badges, 17 for the shooting, 8 for the playmaking, with 21 defensive. Now again, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. Thank you, God, for another day and another opportunity. And man, with all that being said, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And I would appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button. That is definitely going to help me out. Again, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. And with all that being said, man, I got one last thing to say. God bless y'all, and Rich out.